Thames Water is achieving digital excellence in the relentlessly challenging utilities industry. CIO Tony McCandless takes Digital Bulletin through the transformation process and tells us why a robust technology layer will allow the UK's biggest water company to deliver a service revolution for its customers. Ever since Tony McCandless joined Thames Water initially on a consultancy basis in 2017 before quickly signing up full-time, the UK's largest water and wastewater services provider has been on a mission to reframe its entire operating model around digital excellence, with the wider goal of transforming the experience for its 15 million customers. It has been an undertaking of not inconsiderable proportions, with Chief Digital Officer John Beaumont and McCandless leading the charge. In a short space of time, Thames Water has completed some ambitious change programmes to greatly enhance its technology and IT capabilities. Simultaneously, it has been planning for a future that will see it invest £1 billion or $1.3 billion in industry-leading technology by 2025. All in all, time has been a precious commodity for Thames Water's technology workforce and raft of strategic partners. Less time for theorising, more time for action, especially given the standing start its teams endured at the beginning of the process. Now it has all but reached the end of Phase 1, McCandless can reflect on this with a refreshing honesty.
I think it's fair to say that there had been well over a decade of underinvestment in the asset of technology. In the 2-year period, we've rewritten our contracts with our partners and suppliers. We will have moved on to a new mainframe. We have done an end-use compute rollout across the entire estate and changed people's ways of working. We've remediated a lot of applications and we've completely refreshed our networks, and we've built 2 new data centres.
Technology is increasingly the key enabler for utilities companies feeling the squeeze of customer pressure, regulatory compliance and stakeholder demand. As the biggest organisation of its kind in the UK, Thames Water has a sizable public profile. It is responsible for the daily supply of 2.6 billion litres of tap water to around 10 million customers throughout London and across the Thames Valley, removing and treating more than 4 billion litres of sewage for an additional 5 million. Its services touch 27% of the country's population, and it manages some significant water infrastructure projects, including the £5 billion Thames Tideway Tunnel. In summary, a reliable Thames Water service is nothing short of essential.
People don't necessarily realise that companies like Thames Water in the water industry, just how complex it is for you to be able to go home, turn a tap on and flush your toilet. Behind that are just a huge amount of effort from all of the assets that we have, but all of the people that are running them. And there's maybe an illusion as well about the size of companies like Thames. We're only 6,500 people, and they provide services to 15 million citizens in the UK, which is a quarter of the UK population. So when you put it in that context, and then all of the things that we've got to deal with, it's a fantastic jigsaw. And below all of that, there needs to be a solid technology base that helps enable it.
To align with its customer-centric business plan, Thames Water has primarily focused on technology initiatives that bolster its service delivery. One such example was a major undertaking to implement a new customer relationship management and billing platform for its customers, a project named internally as the Spring Programme. The Spring Programme wrapped up its final large-scale migration at the end of 2019, with 3.2 million homes now active on the platform. Users dealing with Thames Water, and especially those with urgent queries, are now addressed in a much faster and more accurate way than was possible before.
I think Spring has been an incredibly important programme for Thames Water. What it effectively does, it sounds simple, is it gives us a new CRM platform and a new billing platform. For anyone who's been involved in either of those type of projects before, that is a whole can of worms. When you try and do both of them together, it seems like some form of lunacy. It has taken a number of years to get there, and it's really critical because that allows us to have a 360-degree view of the customer.
An indispensable technology support for Thames Water on the Spring programme has been Wipro, the billion-dollar Indian IT services organisation. Wipro's Safe Water Rapid Deployment solution, pre-built with water industry-specific business processes, smoothened the shift to Thames Water's new SAP-based CRM and billing solutions after 20 years on legacy.
Wipro have been resilient. They've kind of rolled with things when things haven't been going well. When they have, they've celebrated with us. You know, they remain here for the long term. It's a good team of knowledgeable people. Having finished the Spring programme as a large waterfall programme, we've now turned that into 4 specific product areas. So we're really looking at moving it into a DevOps scenario. They are part and parcel of that journey with us. So I think for them, it's a fantastic opportunity, as for us, to really get into a highly active, fast-paced improvement model, deliver more capability, which in most large-scale CRM and billing platforms, it still is quite waterfall-based. So I think that's going to be exciting for them, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting for us.
For the extensive Spring programme, Thames Water also benefited from the input of Accenture, but the consultancy giant's main responsibility as a technology partner has been to execute the comprehensive end-use compute rollout and network business-as-usual services, pinpointed by McCandless as core elements of Thames Water's transformation. Accenture's end-use compute refresh saw it deploy a suite of Microsoft products including Windows 10, Office 365, Skype and Microsoft Teams to Thames Water's network of devices, instantly transforming the user experience for employees and in turn, the service to customers. According to McCandless, the residual gains from working with Accenture are, however, even more valuable than technical implementations.
The emphasis was actually on the business change element more than technology, because we're changing how people work, so they really brought some skills to the fore there. A lot of these things are sprint-based, so 2-3 weeks of effort and something out the other side that we can measure. And I think that really brings the best of Accenture into play. You know, when they've got something that they can really help you move the needle on, it kind of gets them excited and it helps us. Accenture brings a known capability. It is a global player, it's large scale, but when you get down into it, you know, to be able to help us with business change, with a process approach, it is really critical.
Beaumont and McCandless have steadily grown Thames Water's internal teams to support these initiatives, moving from a largely outsourced model to a 200-person technology function. Under McCandless's CIO organisation exists 3 core units: an ITIL-based service team with a service integration and management layer of around 100 specialists, a delivery unit for digital projects and programmes, and most excitingly for McCandless, a recently formed product-led development function. Through the adoption of new DevOps models, McCandless says the development team will ensure the continued iteration of Thames Water's products and platforms.
I just really have a lot of faith that I think adopting that product-based model will allow us to be able to respond to business needs and more likely to deliver outcomes that really fit that business need, whilst having the flexibility along the way to some changes that we may take on.
Crucial to this vision is the maturation of an IT architecture that Thames Water's teams can count on day in, day out. Like most organisations of its scale, Thames Water's underlying infrastructure and systems are complex and require their own intelligence to be managed and maintained. To that end, it has enlisted the help of AppDynamics, a Cisco company and the world's largest and fastest growing application performance monitoring vendor. AppDynamics enables enterprises to accelerate their digital transformations by actively monitoring, analysing and optimising complex application environments at scale. McCandless first ran the AppDynamics platform on the Spring programme estate, and after being struck by the levels of insight, it is now being applied across Thames Water's full environments and applications stack.
I don't think it matters what company you are a CIO for. The challenge of knowing what is going on in your estate from an infrastructure level, an application level, an end user experience level, remains the same. And I think AppDynamics have brought a lot of capability into that. At the end of the day, we're always going to have issues, we're always going to have incidents. I think in order to be able to respond to them quickly, restore service, having the likes of AppDynamics help guide us to where the problem is really helps the business, and then that in turn helps us give a service to end customers.
The real-time capability of the AppDynamics platform is reflected in Thames Water's wider objective of drawing on data to become 20% more efficient by 2025. A key tenet of the company's 5-year business strategy, which includes the £1 billion technology investment, is to use technology to turn customer insight into action. It aims to engage with operational data to manage its water networks, predict leaks and flooding, and to improve the speed and quality of its responses. McCandless doubles down on the vital role data intelligence will play in Thames Water's digital-led future, revealing that it is currently standing up its own data factory to consolidate and systemize the vast amount of data that exists across the business.
We're a company that has people who have been here 2, 3, 4 decades, and they have such an incredible knowledge. Now what we need to do is capture that knowledge and feed that into our systems and work out what analytics are really, really important to each part of this flow. And that way, if we know what our waste team need, our water teams need, and our engineers out in the field, spend £1 billion over the next 5 years, it is a lot of money. Put it in context, Thames runs 139,000 kilometres of water and waste network, which would go around the world 3.5 times. We have got to invest in technology inside that network in order to know what's going on with it. Where is water flowing, water pressures, how are the pipes in there, how are the sewage treatment works, and bring that together in a data model that allows us to be more proactive than reactive.
Any technology investment, not least of the scope and size Thames Water is making, must be rigorously controlled, and McCandless saw the need to engage another specialist partner in this area in the shape of Apptio. With its range of software-as-a-service business management tools, Apptio is expert at translating IT spend into tangible outcomes, using machine learning to analyse, optimise and plan financial outlays. Thames Water first worked with Apptio on a vendor rationalisation programme before entering a more strategic partnership. The purpose is to give its leadership team a transparent view of operational IT costs, as well as a total cost of ownership for both services and applications, all based on Apptio's well-established technology business management framework.
I think it's really critical if you think of, there's nothing that you can do that doesn't cost money. And it's easy sometimes to construct technical platforms and applications, but you've got to do it with a cost in mind. So with the Apptio platform and capability as the foundation stone of managing that, I think we can be confident that anything that we do, we will know the cost of and the value of.
Prior to laying out its £1 billion investment plan, Thames Water gathered detailed feedback from 1 million of its domestic and wholesale customers. As a result, a significant outcome is the design and rollout of a brand new customer care platform. The business has close to 60 million interactions with its customers each year, so for the technology and digital teams, this project is a matter of great importance. The platform promises to take Thames Water's operational resilience to more robust levels, while transforming the effectiveness and efficiency of resolving customer queries. Backed up by the installation of 700,000 smart meters, Thames Water's service delivery will become more personalised than ever before.
Our customer care platform is really at the centre of how we enable our teams to be able to interact with our customers. If you think about it, you as an individual probably interact more with your energy company, your mobile phone provider, whoever gives you your television and these things. When's the last time you actually called your water company? And in the main, you may call to query a bill, you might call to report a water leak or a sewage incident. All of these things are when customers are probably in a heightened state of being concerned about something. So our ability to be able to respond to them in a manner that appreciates why they're calling, and to be able to get them action and response to what they're asking is really critical. So the platforms that provide that are so important to us.
Customer centrality evidently drives Thames Water and its employees. The 2025 business plan lays out its vision of being here for you in a changing world. The organisation recognises the diverse requirements and differing circumstances of its 15 million customers, and the plan was scrutinised in detail by Thames Water's Customer Challenge Group. The leadership team is intent on building a community for Thames Water customers, which includes the launch of an online service to host and facilitate conversations between users on key topics, yet another way for Thames Water to glean insights. McCandless says this customer focus shines through each and every day.
Thames is absolutely obsessed with customer service. It's one of the great things about being here. In previous roles, I've had to worry about quarterly sales cycles and profit and loss margin and all of these things. I don't have to worry about that here. What I focus on is getting value for money for Thames Water and its customers, and then trying to help our teams deliver great customer service. I think Thames Water, its future ambitions really lie about being one of the best companies for customer service. We have got a lot of focus on responsibility. Environmental responsibility is really critical to us. So I think looking after the environment, looking after our customers, and it may sound a little contrite, but being a good place to work. Since I came here in 2017, I think I can truly say Thames is undoubtedly the best job that I've ever had. Yeah, and part of that is when I came in here, a lot of challenges, but the team here in the CEO, our CDO, etc., who I work for, just said, look, can you help us do this? You know, we'll listen, we'll have faith in the things that you want to do, we'll sponsor them, and it's great to be in that environment and to be able to then say that we've put these things together and we're making a difference.
As the CIO of a utilities firm, McCandless's burning ambition is to turn Thames Water's technology into a utility itself.
One of my aims is to turn technology inside Thames Water into a utility, so people can rely on it the same way that they do on turning their tap on or being able to flush their toilet. I probably personally wouldn't know what to do with a job that was just joining and churning the handle. So whilst we've done what we've done, the path ahead in the next couple of years at least is still massively challenging to build on the basics that we have here, and then to continue to kind of make an impact which helps Thames, helps the people here and helps our customers.